Hello guys, I'm Mr. Shockwave King, and yes, I've returned. And yes, you saw the title of the video. Today's video will be about who is. It's a triple Ricardo Martinez opponent. Because you already know this man has already had 60 fights. He is the AO Mexican executioner. He is the ultimate champion of Mexico. He is not Freddy Gonzalez. He is Ricardo Martinez. And it's something that no one's really thinking about. Even I have not been thinking about it, because you know the big hype is Sendo versus Freddy Gonzalez, and that's what it is. Before Sendo even went to Mexico, I was just like, really, this is the most hyped up. I'll pay good money for this. I'll pay pay-per-view for this, and I'm over here getting it for free. But yes, in my opinion, a good question is, and I do have a strong opponent of who it could strongly be. And it goes back to what Takamo was saying in general. But let's go with some candidates. Now, some might say it could potentially be Wooly. I'm just throwing him out there. It could be Wooly, but I doubt that'll happen because it's too early for Miguel to put him out there. He's still too wet behind the ears. Like, Ippo had to struggle, alright? Ippo had to get his face torn up. He's over here slobbering and snotting, sneezing on himself. Just blah, 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 blah. It took a while for Ippo to get to where he is, right? Wooly had to go through the dirt first. And sure, Ippo dragged him into the dirt. He was ripping like a pound. But most of that fight, Wooly was just manhandling Ippo like he was a small boy. Like he was a child. Just beating on this man, relentlessly just pounding several sauce through his skull until Ippo's skull nearly cracked. And then Wooly got hit by a Dempsey roll and just nobody can. Besides from Sendo, if you look at all Ippo's fights, it was only Sendo who took 2 Dempsey rolls to put down to date. Only Sendo. Yeah. In my opinion, he's still too wet behind the ears. He's not ready for it yet. In my opinion, he's not there. But Wooly would be a great fighter. Would be an interesting challenger for Ippo. But he's not there in my opinion. He's too early. He's too wet behind the ears. Now, before I get to my main choice, we did still have some other options here. Not too many. Not too many. Yeah. Not too many at all. But there are some other options. Like, since Antonio Gonzalez did take Ippo's spot, it could be a chance. It could be Antonio Gonzalez. It very well could be. It's not that far-fetched for it to actually be him, since Ippo was a world ranker. If he would have beat Gonzalez, he would have been there. And we don't know what Antonio Gonzalez has been doing up to this time period, but who knows? It could be not Antonio Gonzalez, Antonio Guevara, the Filipino, who was a opponent of the week, who was based off of your boy Manny Pacquiao. But who knows? I don't think it'd be him either, because it's just, if Ippo to see him go against a Ricardo Martinez, it wouldn't have any significance in my opinion. It wouldn't. To Ippo at least, because it's just, sure, he lost to the man, but that's pretty much it. If that guy to go against a Sendo, he'd be murdered. Alright? He'd be murdered, because Sendo, it is odd, because it could be questioned who got better endurance. I'll give it to Sendo, because Sendo's just a monster. Cause like, Sendo he could say Sendo, the thing about Sendo is, he probably takes more hits than Ippo, and his defense has always been mediocre, at best. But somehow, Ippo the one who get all this accumulated damage. But then again, Sendo was not fighting for a year. And a lot of his fights has been one-hit KOs, unlike Ippo's, besides from that one time against Kojima. So it is reasonable. But, I don't know. Antonio Gonzalez won't be a decent opponent for Ricardo Martinez. But he is still an option, though. He is a world ranker. He has taken Ippo's spot. I think it was like 8th place Ippo was. So he have done that, so. When first anybody else, I don't think Malcolm Gecko will be doing anything. Sadly, Someone More is out of. He's not fighting no more. Besides from that, there's nobody else really major or important in the featherweight class, besides from one individual. Now, before we get to that, this could be a totally new character. This very well could be a brand new character who's just living around. He's just been living the good life, and it's about time I go against a Freddy Gonzalez, and it's about time I step up my game. It very well could be a new character. In my opinion, it could be only one person. And that one person would forever be the Miyata Ichiro himself. The God Lightning, the Lightning God. Yes, it can only be him in my opinion. Because the last time he saw Ippo, I forgot what chapter it was, what did he tell Ippo? I'm no longer waiting for you. He had to see if Ippo was truly done. Yet, The thing is, you just can't. Miyata's not the type of person. He's been waiting for this long. So many sacrifices, breaking both of his hands. So many sacrifices of seeing, of giving up the fight and being banned for the Kurogama gym, just to go against Randy Boy Jr. He had to see for his own eyes to see if it's really true that Ippo is no longer fighting. And when he realized that, when Ippo gave him his answer, and he's like, "I'm no longer waiting for you. I'm done." And Miyata was finally done chasing after Ippo. He's finally done waiting for him, because there's nothing left. There's nothing. They could still have potentially had a fight after Randy Boy Jr. and then Gonzalez showed up, the Mexican death guy, and that was a short story for Ippo after that. It was Gonzalez's animal. But the only thing more monsters of that is Ricardo Martinez, and the type of opponents Miyata been fighting have been pushing him to the limit. Besides from his weight control, is this Miyata should easily be number one in one of the WBC, the WBA, one of those championship legitimate things. He should be number one in one of those, because he's been a Pacific World Ranker and a Pacific Champion for a while now. All right, ever since he whooped Ernie Gregory all the way back to chapter what 300 or something, probably beyond that. So he should be like number 1, 2, or 3 in some world championship belt. It was making the perfect opponent for Ippo to actually see fight. Now, somebody say, I don't know, because if Miyata get wrecked, that would be more traumatizing to Ippo than, because like the way he's been hyping up, even Sendo, Mirishibo is like, look, y'all two are never gonna fight. That's never happening, alright? Or like, I can try your best, but that's not happening. I'm sorry. And like everybody been saying this for a while now, that the fight is not gonna happen, and it's to the point where it's just like, if Miyata was destroyed by Ricardo Martinez, had his jaw broken, or had got that AJ Dante treatment and his father treatment, then Ippo will be traumatized by that. But then again, we do have Sendo in the middle of the fight, just tearing it up now, just ripping it to shreds. Gonzalez about to catch these hands. I've been waiting for my chapter, right? I can't live without that chapter, right? How am I supposed to go on with that Hajime Ippo chapter, man? I can't take this no more. But I need that chapter. But I do believe Miyata Ichiro will have a major effect on Ippo's stability and mindset, and he would be the one. Even Kumi has recognized the destructive power without even fighting Miyata Ichiro. Even she has realized the only person, just like the great Takamura, the only person to push Miyata in some of his fights, especially down there in Thailand, when he's just like, I just don't get it, I just can't. But Ippo, he always been going against this type of position. Yeah, it's Ippo. They've always been pushing each other back and forth back throughout their entire careers. Because like when Ippo lost Miyata, Ippo was lost forever. But when Miyata lost Ippo, when Miyata watched Ippo, just like Griffin when he lost Guts, it was like, what am I even fighting for? Until you legitimately got his answer that it's over, Billy. Ippo's retired. And seeing Miyata get destroyed or lose to Ricardo Martinez, and the thing is, we all know how cold-blooded Martinez is. He's a nice, respectful fellow, but he will end your career. Ask AJ Dante what happened to him. Jaw broken, hand broken, ribs broken. This man's over like AJ Dante. He broke AJ Dante so badly he didn't even know he wasn't even aware his jaw was broken. It was just like, wait, where's my jaw? Where's my teeth? He broke my jaw. This is the type of animal we're dealing with here. So in my opinion, Ippo seeing Ricardo Martinez destroy Miyata right there in front of his eyes will be the trigger point. Because Miyata is in perfect position. He gave his answer. He said what he had to say. And it would be perfect. In my personal opinion, I think Sendo vs Ippo 3 could be more important than Miyata. As much as I want to see that Miyata fight, we've already basically got it with Ayami. And Ayami ended the Gake. I don't care if his name may or not. Ayami sounds better for Ayami. But we already got that fight pretty much. They haven't compared it. It's a Gake to Ippo for a while now. And I'm sorry. It's Ayami's just like, I want to fight Miyata Ichiro and Sendo. Billy, you're going to get murdered. Don't do this. You're going to get hurt. Alright, you're not ready for a Sendo or Miyata. Just because Miyata's going through that weight management, he will still rip somebody to shred at Randy Boy Jr. Before that weight management kicked in, the reason I don't like Randy Boy Jr. is, before the weight management kicked in, Randy Boy Jr. was hyped up to be some type of hot stuff. But as soon as the match started, look at them fast hands combinations. Alright, you couldn't touch him. You couldn't touch Miyata. And it's just like, that's the reason I hate Randy Boy Jr. because he was so overhyped. He was mad. Ippo versus Miyata was canceled for this man who only had a chance because of Miyata was just like, ooh, I'm not feeling too good. The weight management is catching up to me. Dad, help. And then he evolved with a better counter. It's just, Randy Boy Jr. it was just a disappointment in my opinion. One big disappointment, and that's why I don't hate Randy Boy Jr., but I despise his character to a certain degree. I really do. I don't hate him as a person. I'm not saying he has to die, but I'm just saying that I personally just don't like him. I just don't. But yeah, back to what I said. Miyata make the perfect opponent. The perfect opponent. The perfect inspiration to bring Ippo back into the ring. Everything for Miyata being there is perfect. We just haven't got it confirmed yet. And it'd be excellent because it'd be like, Ippo would be like, wait, who's going against Ricardo Martinez? He's just like, from Japan. Wait, what? What? Yeah, it'd be the most happy reaction. You thought 1291 was hot. I was juiced up and happy. This would be like, Miyata, he'd be like, Miyata-kun. I'd be like, yeah. This one may send me to the hospital, right? I'm gonna have to call the ambulance over this. This is serious. All right, George is just, these chapters are getting too much from me. It just, I get so happy and it's just I can't help myself. But yeah, basically in my opinion, I do believe Miyata will be fighting Ricardo Martinez. If not, would I be disappointed? No, but Miyata character has to go somewhere after this. It has to, because Miyata, what he said was just not. It wasn't just filler. You know, George Morikawa just went thrown it in there. Just he just said that he wasn't gonna go nowhere, and that's why, in my opinion, it makes perfect sense for Miyata for him to fight Ricardo Martinez, because it's just like that's what he's at, and that would be a dream fight. That would be, my God, that would be too much. And right after Sendo, we get Miyata versus Ricardo Martinez, and Ricardo Martinez might have to go all out, because we haven't seen Ricardo Martinez actually struggle. So let's be honest, he was whooping AJ Dante like he was a 40-year-old drunk dad, and AJ Dante was just that half-breed child that came home, beat him like a red-headed stepchild. It was sad. He was sad. 1940s dad. He just got a sick pack. Little old Miyata came in there with a baseball glove. Let's play outside, Dad. Get out of my face. Get out. Child abuse isn't funny, but in that case, it's a perfect analogy for this. It's gonna be really sad because Miyata's gonna get hurt. He really is gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna say his career not might end, but it will push him to, like, he can no longer be in his weight class. And if he does become like a junior lightweight, then will we be potentially get Miyata versus Vork? Miyata versus Vork? I want that fight, man. I want that fight. Look, George, I will fly to Japan. I'll pay that for pay-per-view. Give me that fight, George. All right? You know you want to give me the fight. Come on, George. I will go to Japan. I will give you the money. I don't care how much English you understand. You're gonna take the money, man. You're gonna take the money. But that's basically my thought on who Ricardo Martinez has been fighting. I do have strong beliefs in that. I do think it will be Miyata. And somebody said, why didn't I review the recent chapter 1296? Is just not too much happened, really. And I could have done a video about it. I really could have, but I think I'm just gonna wait till 1297 to make a video about both of them. I don't know how well people react to those type of videos, but it's just, I enjoyed the video, and it's funny. The irony is, I was just like, you realize how George, like, you see like David Eagle, like you see them abs, some type of abs in that side. Look at that physique, and then like somehow went to like this 4-pack style, and now you see Sidney get outside the ring after the news bleeds. Look at that body, look at that physique, that power. People Gonzalez has got some of it, so I don't know what's happened. Alright, maybe George got his bug inside the room, and he's just like, I've been listening, boy. I've been listening. You're the last American alive who still care. For those who believe, it's called Hajime No Ippo. No, the English translation for the title is called Fighting Spirit. So it's not about Ippo. I've been enjoying Hajime no Mishiba. I've been enjoying Hajime no Sendo. Alright, and the small few chapters is Hajime no Miyata. But it's not all about Ippo. It's not all about Ippo. But yeah, this will be my personal opinions and what I think and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, favorite, and subscribe. What's wrong, man? I'm supposed to be depressed and with something like that, I'm being happy. But it's been blowing Shockwave. Can you hope you like the video? And who do you think in the comment section below will be the opponent for Ricardo Martinez? And I hope you enjoyed, and peace.